Hello everybody. My name is Paulina, and I recently joined the Helpful Village organization. So now I'll be also part of answering your questions, helping you out with daily tasks. So don't hesitate to contact me, and hope for the best work together.
Thank you, Paulina. That was great. Today is her second day, so we need to give her a little bit of time, but she is already getting involved with the tickets and reading the training docs, etc. So told her for today's webinar she doesn't need to worry too much. I'll be answering the questions, but she can, having a feeling of the type of questions we get. With all that being said, we're gonna start sharing my screen, and then we're gonna start the proper meeting. I think this is the browser. Okay. Hope you can all see this is the list of questions, this is the document that we shared with you all. And then this I have the demo site that is open to the side. So just two quick reminders. So the best way to get your questions into this document is to send an email to hvusers@helpfulvillage.com. This is something you can do anytime during the month. And then when we receive those questions, we put them into the next month's document of questions. There is also, for those that don't know about this, is a Slack space that is used for questions and answers. You don't need to wait for a month to get your questions answered, but you can ask other members of the community. If you are not on our Slack, you should contact Anastasia at helpfulvillage.com. She can send you an invite to join the Slack conversation. Perfect. We're done with the reminders. Now we start with the questions. We like it's always better when the person asking the question is on the call. So if you are here, please don't hesitate to unmute and ask your own question. I don't see Dorothy with us today, so I'll read the question for her. Basically, she's a new village in Olympia, Washington State. And then basically, she's asking to show how to use the test member that is included in our software. So the answer is here. You just need to change the email address to an email you own and then send yourself. So I'm going to just show it quickly on the demo site. So every village that starts with us, in particular in development villages, we create the platform with a test member. So you can just go here, search the test, and then you can find, well, we have more than one, but basically you will all have a test member account. And on that test member account, it comes with some random helpful village address here. So the first thing if you want to start using it, I would come here and just change it to an email address that you have, that you own. And then save it. And then from then on, it's just a normal user. It is there so that you can have a created membership type and with a since date, a start date, etc. If you're not using this test member, you can also get rid of it. But if you want to simulate and role play what a member can see on your platform, the easier way to do it is just to search the test member, give it an email address of your own, just save it, and then send password instructions, and then you can see what the platform looks like when you're coming in as a member. Again, I don't think only Dorothy is with us today, so I can move on to the next question. So we have Pete. Pete, I know you're here on the call. So I saw you. Maybe you can read the question for us. If you want to. I can also read it. It's pretty short.
In a hub and spoke environment,
yeah,
on the prospects to-do list, village name is not there.
Yes.
So if you have 5 spokes in an environment, they all see the same prospects.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you for reading the question. It just makes it a little bit more interactive. So first, just explaining what hub and spoke is. For people that don't know, obviously Pete knows what hub and spoke is, so it's part of the answer is not to Pete, but for others. When you install Helpful Village, usually when a village starts, they start as a single village and all their members and volunteers can see all the service requests. Sometimes for bigger villages or as you develop, you might want to start having a hub and spoke organization with just the subdivision of your operations in different areas or neighborhoods or something like that. For example, here if you come to service requests.
Yeah, I didn't go far.
If you go to service request, basically you can have here different service requests in downtown, East Harlem, etc. So that a volunteer from downtown doesn't need to go to the suburbs to do something for another member. So it's just a subdivision, geographic subdivision of your operations. I think if you go here to admin area, and I have my maps, and I show the maps, it's easier also to see this hub and spoke functionality on the map. So if you're using a village and you don't have a need for hub and spoke, you will not see any of this. If you look at this example on demo, we have different local villages, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in this example. So that is just subdivisions or local villages. So there are different objects in the platform that are hub and spoke, open to hub and spoke, like for example, service requests, events. So basically villages need to request if they want to become a hub and spoke village. And then some of the items in the database have been spokeified. So for example, events can be organized by spokes, service requests can be organized by spokes. And Pete, the answer now to you is that the prospect tasks, they have not been spokeified. So basically there is no possibility to have the prospect tasks subdivided by local spokes. They are all together for the whole organization. So obviously in the future versions, it could be possible maybe to have the spokeified prospect tasks. But today, and that's today's question, it's not possible to have it in a report because they just cannot create a spokeified prospect task.
Okay, I understand. That's fine.
Cool.
Thank
Perfect.
you.
So we move on to the next question. Marian, I think I saw Marian on the list. Marian, you're on the call. Do you mind unmuting and asking the question just to make it more fun?
Yeah, I'm here.
Cool.
So this question came about because we have sort of a new special membership
Yes.
category for the people in our town who are also Meals on Wheels clients.
Yes.
And so our contract with Meals on Wheels, we negotiated a limit because we have limited volunteers being a relatively new village. We negotiated a limit of 6 versus
Yes.
12 services a month. So,
Yes.
but I don't see any way how to do that.
Yeah. No. Great question. I see. It's not possible to have different limits for your members. So basically, I can show. Can request up. Yeah. So you already have the limit of 12 that is set up for your village or not?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna quickly show it for other people, but basically if you go to admin settings, and then you go here services, you can come here in the settings of the services and set different maximum. For example, the maximum number of requests that a member can have per month. You can change this number. Here is set to 10. I think Marian is doing this, setting this to 12, so you can change that number. And then some other villages also set up a maximum number of requests per household members. And then here you can say, okay, 12 individually and 16 if you're in a household. And then you can save this, obviously. And the way this works and how it translates is that when you're creating a new service request and you create for, let's say, any member, say Elda here, these numbers show when you're creating a service request. So basically, max number of service requests per household is set to 16. This person has had 2 service requests already this month and 1 service request this month. So she's well below the limit. So I can proceed and continue creating the service request. Now, my answer to Marian is that it was not possible what she wanted to do because this maximum is for all membership types, all the full membership types. So it's not possible to have it, different limit. I assume, Marian, that what you would be expecting is the following, is that if you go here, settings, and then if you go to membership and then membership types, here you can create different membership types. Marian, this is a question to you. I imagine that the people that you have through Meals on Wheels, you created a different membership type for them?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would do too. So I think that's a great idea. These membership types are customizable. So here on demo, they're a little bit of a mess, but you can create a new membership type. And this is what Marian did. So Meals on Wheels. And then here you can choose if it's an individual or household membership type. And this person has rights, social memberships or full memberships. If you're doing service requests, it needs to be a full membership. You can set up the fee for this and that. And Marian, what I understand you would love to have is kind of that we set this maximum and minimum per membership type. Correct?
Yep.
Yeah. So that is relatively simple. We have it for all membership types the same. I would say this is an improvement idea that would be pretty simple to do. So we can consider, and obviously, if we hear back from other villages, the more we feel that an improvement is useful to many villages, the sooner we do it. So if you're in this call and you think that this would be useful to your village too, yes, you can just let us know either through the chat or Slack or something like that. It's kind of there's some sort of voting system, and when an improvement request is very popular, we try to get them done sooner. And then I see Carol Cookson has a question probably about the same topic, which is great. So we usually what we do is that if you have a question about something that we're explaining, so that you can basically raise your hand and then make sure that everything we're saying here is clear when it's related to this specific question. So Carol, what was your
I have the
idea?
same desire as the person who asked the question
Cool.
because
So
we
it's about
have
perfect.
three different membership types, and we are not able to indicate the limited number of services per membership type. So I would strongly support being able to do that.
Perfect.
We've been needing it for a long time.
Perfect. Thank you for the vote up. It really helps a lot when we hear, because sometimes we don't know if it's something that would be useful to only one village or if it's useful to 100 villages. Well, we really like when knowing if it's useful for more people. In this particular case, there's another combination that it would be pretty easy to do because when we're creating a new service request, we already have some information that are coming from the member profile here, right? Because we already know the 211, so it would be easy we already know the membership type is in, so we could pull this additional number here. So, so we take note of that improvement idea and we'll discuss with the team, and then, we'll be coming in one of the future monthly releases. So this is pretty clear. Cool. So I think we can move on to the next question, if that's clear to everybody. The next question is Leslie from Northwest Neighbors in DC. I would like a demo on how to change a membership type when they are monthly credit card payers. We have a 3-month trial membership type. Oh, sorry, Leslie, you're on the call, I think.
Yes, I am. Well,
and I'm sure you want to read it.
Trial membership, and it's the same monthly fee as a regular full membership. So at the end of the 3 months, if they decide, yes, we do want to become full members, we keep having trouble getting them transferred across and having their monthly payment continue.
Yes.
I just want to have a demo.
Yes, perfect. So let's do that. So let me see, pick a member. First, I like the idea of a trial membership of 3 months. It's really, really cool. Let me see. My mom here is on a one-time payment. So first thing I will do here is just choose her membership type. Ooh. Okay, let me see, try something. Okay, cool. So let me do this. It is an individual membership type. Okay, so I'm just trying to set up the initial status of her monthly, and I don't know if this monthly membership type has now. Okay, sorry. We need to do a few steps first. So settings, membership type, and this is individual. There is this membership type, but I couldn't sign her up for monthly fees. This is kind of not your question, but it's good for other people watching. When you create the membership types, you can set up a one-time fee and a monthly fee. This one didn't have the monthly fee activated. So for that reason, I could not sign her up for monthly payment. So that the first thing I will do is just come here and activate monthly payment for this one at a rate of $10 per month. And then just save. So now this membership type she's in accepts monthly payments. So now I can go back to the member. The member tab, she's still as an individual membership type. But now if I go down, yeah, you have the new button that came up, which is set up monthly payments, because now that this membership type she's in, she can take this monthly payment. So you hit this button. We choose credit card payments for her monthly payment starting today. Gonna ask me my credit card number. This is a test credit card number. And then security code, and the zip code, and then just subscribe. Boo, it broke. Sorry. So I have something that broke, so I will not be able to have it, I think. I apologize for the mistake, the error. So I'm not sure I can demo it right now because there had some sort of problem. But basically, I can explain to you what the process is, Leslie, is that when you have someone that is on monthly payment activated, let me see if I'm on a monthly payment activated. No, I'm not. Basically, what happens is that you cannot change the membership type because this person is a monthly payment. So the process is that you need to stop the monthly payment. That will be possible to do from the member tab. You can stop the monthly payments. Once you stop the monthly payments, the fields here that were frozen become available again. So after stopping the monthly payments, you can change the membership type to something else. And when you change the membership type to something else, you go down, you save it, the membership information, and then you click on set up monthly payments again. But this button will now apply to the new membership type that you chose. And the good thing about it is that when you're choosing the monthly payments, here you can choose actually if there is a credit card on file, you can use a credit card on file as a monthly payment, so you don't need to enter the credit card or ask for the credit card numbers again and then confirm the subscription. Obviously, well, there was a bug somewhere I need to check, but basically the way to do it is stop the monthly payments, change the membership type, and then go to create new monthly payments again with using a payment method of credit card on file.
Okay, so it will remember it, like it will remember the credit card.
It remembers the credit card. If there were monthly payments before, we will store the credit card and you will have an extra payment method here that will be credit card on file.
Okay.
There is one more question from Avis.
Mm-hmm.
Is there the ability to add an annual payment for those who want to pay the full year?
Yes. So basically, if you go, so when you are on the member profile here, right, you have two buttons. This one is renew membership. It's a one-time fee payment for the whole year. That comes with a preset amount, and then if you go down here, you can choose credit card, and then you pay, and that is a one-time payment. So when you're from the member tab, you can choose to do the one-time payment is this button, the monthly payment is the other button. So you choose what's best for you. So that was for Avis, and I see that Carol also has a comment or a question.
So we had a member set up a monthly payment and she changed her mind and paid annually, and the monthly payments keep happening. How do we turn off the monthly payments?
Well, there is a stop monthly payment here, right, on button for her.
Is it something we can do as an admin?
Oh yeah, you can do it from an admin. You can stop from there, and if you go to the pay tab here, right, you have all these subscriptions. There is also a cancel button from the pay tab. You can both do the same thing. You can stop basically the monthly subscription from the pay tab, or you can click stop monthly payments from the member tab.
Great, thank you.
Cool, perfect. Okay, yeah. So obviously, I wish my demo had worked better, but the answer is just stopping, changing, and then reactivating. So I'll double check what happened after the call. Next question is Christy from Strathmore in Maryland. And then Christy, you're on the call because I can see you. Do you want to?
And I actually don't have this question anymore. The question was, our village had been confused when we first signed up for Helpful Village. We misunderstood. We thought we had heard that we only pay the $1.50 per member that was receiving services. So we had misunderstood and thought that social members were not also part of that count. But we were corrected, and now we no longer have that question. But thank you.
Absolutely. Cool. No worries. So we can move on to the next one. And we have Dorothy that is not on the call because she wasn't there before, probably not now. Where is the info on the download QuickBooks that costs $20 per month? How does it benefit a village? Can find any competition on it? How do we get members to use Village Talk? Why don't you monitor Slack daily? How do I get HV app for the phone? Okay, so there is 4 questions here. Let me start from the first one. What is the info to download QuickBooks that costs $20 per month? Well, I guess my first guess is that you can go to QuickBooks Intuit, right? And then with a third-party software. Oh no, this yeah, logged in, so I will not open up. But you can look up QuickBooks online, and then you can choose to download QuickBooks, and actually download. We recommend using the online version of QuickBooks. Now, I wonder if her question is about a discount with QuickBooks, which I don't know. Maybe someone in the chat knows more about this, and maybe there's a discount for nonprofits, or there is this other thing about TechSoup. Does anyone know better about TechSoup than me? Because technology for nonprofits, I would recommend exploring this. I don't know if it's the best answer, but if you go to TechSoup.org, sometimes you get discounts on software that if you're a nonprofit, you tell them about your nonprofit status, and they give you discounts on some different software. So maybe someone has a better answer than me, but I would definitely go to TechSoup and see if there is a discount on QuickBooks or any other software. How do we get members to use Village Talk? So Village.
Manuel.
Yes.
This
Wait.
is Joe.
Sorry.
Can you hear me?
This? If I was
Joe.
hearing 2 people at the same time. Okay, Joe. Yes, I can hear you.
It was also Avis, but I can wait.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, there is something out there. I don't know what it is. Gary Frankel got it for our organization.
Mm-hmm.
It's a reduced QuickBooks for nonprofits, and it was significantly low. So I don't know. Gary's not on the call today.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how he did it, but we just got it about 2 months ago, and it's working very well.
Well, we love that. So basically what we will do is, like with our team, we will follow up with Gary, and then if we get the insight, we will share that on Slack for other villages to benefit from it, because we would love to have this discount for everybody. So thank you, Joe, for sharing that. And then Avis, you also had a comment about that. I don't know if it's the same or a different one.
Yes. It's just in addition to that, you first have to sign up for the TechSoup membership in order to qualify for the discount. If it is a discount, we do use TechSoup, and we have used it for a discount on QuickBooks.
Cool. Perfect. So that's something I have heard good things about TechSoup in general. These memberships should be legit. So again, if we have more information about that, we can share with each other through Slack. Which is the next question. Why don't we monitor Slack daily? I think the reason was that Paulina was not here yet, but now she's here. So we just, basically we're growing our team and making sure that we put more attention to answering your questions through the tickets and Slack. So I think we just answered today by adding additional people and resources on our customer success team. So we expect to do better there. So we got an answer for this. Perfect. Next question, how do I get the Helpful Village app for iPhone? It didn't show in the App Store. You cannot find it on the App Store, but basically there's an article in support.helpfulvillage.com, which gives me an opportunity to show you the Help Center. And then if you search for mobile, I know we have an article about how to add Helpful Village app to your Android mobile phone. And you can follow this one here. What it does is you can open the website, any page that you want. It works the same because I do it on my iPhone too. But then basically you can just open it up with a browser, and then you can add it to your home screen. And then basically it's not a full app, but what it's called a web app, which is it will show like this on an iPad or a phone. Let me see if I can show it to you from my phone. Let me see. Where's Zoom here? No. I need to stop sharing maybe. Let me stop sharing. I don't know if you can see it. It's blurring it, and I cannot remove the blur. But anyways, we just post it there. There is a way to create a shortcut, and then what I have on my phone. I know it's blurred, so you will not see it entirely. But even if it's blurred, maybe you can see something here. I have Oh, you saw them, I tricked them somehow. They have 5 different icons from Helpful Village, and these are 5 different aspects. I have one is events. The other one is service requests. The other one is, I don't know, I cannot read from here, is provider or something like that. So instead of having only one app, we have kind of possibility to have 4 different web apps or shortcuts to different areas of the app, so that if someone is looking at an event, they can go directly to your events or to your service requests. Oh, wait a minute. I'm just seeing someone, here coming in from the from the waiting room. We have Gary Frankel and we have been talking about. So we're gonna give him a minute to sit down.
I'm gonna have to listen to the recording there, Manuel. I kind of got a late start.
No, we were all wondering about something that I think about potentially getting some discounts or a good deal on QuickBooks or something like that. Did you do something about that recently?
Yeah, there's a organization called TechSoup.org.
Cool.
And they you could get hardware, computers through them, but we got the QuickBooks Online for $80 a month. Which is a real good deal.
Okay, cool.
But
awesome.
Check them out for other stuff too.
Yes, perfect. So we had a question about that came in, and then Joe had said that you had done some magic. So it's good that you can confirm that right away. It was funny. Sorry to put you on the spot, just 1 second in. But that was the information we needed. It's great. Thank you, Gary.
Sure thing.
Okay, then come back. So one of the things, just one note for our team here. I know we have this specific training document. So maybe if we can share it on the chat. It shows for Android, and we will be producing another same training document for the iPhone that is slightly different but very similar. So we will be creating a training document for this mobile version of the app and share, put it on the Help Center and share it on Slack, so that you can all see the instructions to use the app on the phone. Okay, so yeah, Dorothy is not on the call, so we can move on to the next person. I think I saw Jim on the call. So Jim, you're with us, right? So you can ask your question if you want, or I can read it for you if you're too shy, but you can read it. Is he here? I saw him before. Maybe he fell from the call.
I don't see him anymore.
Oh, I'm sure I saw him before, but maybe he had a problem. Okay, Jim from Taos, New Mexico. He was asking for 2 things. Why have our volunteers not received the morning email for the past week? Well, I don't know if it's the past week. We checked, and the email is going out now. We were working on some tasks for memory optimization, and then we needed to be careful. There is a background task. So obviously there are some actions that are interactive on Helpful Village, and then some others that happen in the background, what we call background tasks. So every morning at 9 a.m. or 10 a.m., the server wakes up and checks for all the open service requests that can be fulfilled by your volunteers, and we send an automatic email out. Sometimes when there's a problem with the server and the server restarts, we need to make sure that the background task is running, which is a little subtle, and we probably forgot to run this task manually during 1 or 2 days. Now it's working again, so it's just us making this background task more automatic. So what have we done to prevent this? Yeah, we have been adding some monitoring systems that is checking if this background task is running or not. So we have taken some measures so that it can, we can receive an alert and restart this background task. Do we keep a record of messages sent? If not, why not? Yes. So we have a record of messages that are sent. Yes. So we can investigate if there was an issue when the email had been going out. That's how we could know that a few emails did not go out in time.
Manuel, just double checking. Did we forget the question of Dorothy? The question number 2 about Village Talks?
Oh, you're right. Thank you, Anastasia, because I had forgotten about that one. So, but Village Talks.
It was Christy.
Oh, cool. Good catch. So Village Talk, first is, I'm going to show it from here, is a module under the member area. By the way, some modules, when we have new villages starting, sometimes we tell them that it's better to have fewer modules, but that are working well, like usually events and service requests. And once you have that under control, you can start with other modules, in particular this one, Village Talk. Some villages have deactivated. So if it's not on your website, you can talk to our team and we can have it deactivated or reactivated anytime you need to, or every time you want. And then if you go Village Talk, it's essentially the online conversation. So if you open it up, it looks like this. It's you can look at interest groups, and then create different interest groups catalog. So basically different discussion topics you might want to have in your village. So you can create a book club if you have a group that want to talk about birds. So you need to find different discussion groups that can be interesting to your audience, and this is something of your choice. I think by default, when you create the platform, you have a general discussion group where we have all your members, and then people can just sign up for different discussion groups. If people are interested in the men's coffee group or in the kayaking group, etc., they start it. So the first thing to do, I would say, is that you can go and create these interest groups. In order to create these interest groups, you need to go here, admin, people management groups. And when you're under groups, you are probably familiar with this page, because basically here is where you manage your volunteer services, right? So these volunteer services, volunteer activities are here, your village builder activities are here, tag people are here, mailing lists are here, and here you have interest groups. And these interest groups is a category of groups where basically you have these discussion groups. It's the birders, the book club, it's the same categories we saw on the other end, right? You need to create the interest group first. So you need to come here, enter under interest groups, and under interest groups, you can come down here, create a new discussion group. You call it anything you want. You create a description of that group. You can upload a picture. You saw the picture with the bird, something appropriate. You can change the color of the discussion group, and then you just save, and that gives you a new interest group. And once you have an interest group, you can come down here, let's say kayaking, and then here you can add, as an admin, you can add more people to this group. For example, if I want to add Christina. Now this interest group has 3 members, right? Once you have added this interest group, when a member comes in and they go again to Village Talk, they will see this feed, which is similar basically to Facebook, where basically people can post messages about all their different interest groups here, and you can respond to them. And then the member, when they can come in, right, they can click on either from here, interest groups catalog, or from here on the right. So this is my interest groups I'm in right now. I'm in kayaking, and I'm in active volunteers and whatever. And then if I click here, it takes me to the catalog. And here in the catalog, I can preview the group to see what the conversation is about. And if I like the conversation, I can join the group. So as I showed before, the admins can initially put your members in a group, or in other cases, you don't want to put them in, but just suggest them that they go in, browse the catalog, and that they join the group themselves. If I want to join the birders group, I click that. And this was interesting, because some of your groups will be admin managed. Admin managed means that it's a group that you cannot include yourself. You can ask the moderator or the village administrator to add yourself in it. Christy, you have a question about it. Maybe, maybe, do you mind? I'm sorry, I know I called you, but I have maybe 1 more minute to finish the explanation, and then we can go into questions. So maybe, sorry, Christy, just because I thought I didn't want to stop in the middle. One of the things that I think that is really important when it's just the community aspect and the social aspect of creating the Village Talk and discussion groups. Not the technical aspect, but basically saying that, for example, we have a few recommendations. For example, instead of creating 20 different interest groups, right, and each interest group having a message every month, which doesn't make it very interesting. Just socially, it's more probably interesting to create very few interest groups. What I would do is talk to my members and then see if there are 2 or 3 that are interested in a particular topic, like a book club or a movie club. Kind of encourage them to, if they would be interested in having this conversation online, if it would be interesting to create this interest group, and then encourage a smaller number of interest groups, and trying to activate some of the participants. So even if you have a few messages at the beginning, and kind of try to avoid having 25 different interest groups where there is only 1 message per group in a month. But that's just usage, right? The social recommendations rather than technical. Christy, now that's the only sentence. I apologize because I interrupted you, but I thought that was important.
Oh, no worries. I just put it in the chat. My question was whether or not if someone's part of one of the interest groups, if it generates emails, or do they have to log into Village Talk to see the question?
Yeah, I love that question. So yes, so it sends an email. So basically, members belong to one or several groups, right? And then if there is a new post that happens, the system will send an email a day saying with a summary of the different messages that were in that forum. And then when they go online and they click here on this notification that is next to my picture, it also says a message saying that, well, there's a new post in this interest topic I'm interested in, right? And I can go from here or from the email. So it's great for a person that even doesn't go online to your Helpful Village conversation, but if they want to, be informed about the discussion that is happening on Village Talk, they can actually follow the conversation from their email, even if they don't log in to Helpful Village. And there is something actually even better is that they can participate from their email too. They don't even need to log in. If a person belongs to an interest group and we have their email address and we know that it's an active member, if they respond from their email, the message will be posted to the forum, which is pretty cool too. Let me see, give me a second. See if I have an example here I can show you. Christy, did that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
I'm trying to.
There is one question more from Kathy Westerman. Is there a way to collapse the catalog of Village Talk interest groups so people can scan quickly?
So it's a good idea. It's not possible today, but we received a suggestion, so maybe that's something we can do. So, well, I would do two things first. Okay, let me do two things. I lost my browser, so wait, let me try to find it here. So first, I wanted to do something. I just wanted to show an example of how that goes into the email. You see, this is a quick show of the email of this, how people are using kind of Village Talk. So it sends an email out saying that Glenn liked a post about Walt Kelly in Olympia. Glenn commented, Olive commented, yes, Peg, I would join, etc., Eastside Village, etc. So all this conversation happens in the email. So it's really interesting that you don't need to go online to see what the conversation is about. From your email, you can be kept up to date, and you can also, basically see that if there is something new, click on it, and then that takes you online, and then you can participate and answer to that conversation. So that was part of my answer. And then I forgot the other thing I wanted to say. What did you say, Anastasia? Collapsing, yes. So thank you. So not from here, not from the catalog. It's kind of, we thought it was interesting to have an option where you can see a picture, because sometimes it's good for people to make it more attractive if they see a book or what it is about. But then if you go out of here and you go into Village Talk, and you look here on the right, you have here all the interest groups I belong to. So I belong to Active Volunteers Kayaking or something like that. And then there's other interest groups I don't belong to. So basically you have this collapsed list is here. Book club, COVID, general, healthy aging. I'm just laughing because we will delete this from demo. We don't want to remember any of this. And then women's coffee, etc. So you have a collapsed list here on the right. People can expand this box and see other interest groups they are not in at this time. Cool. Okay. Perfect. So unless there is some other comment in the chat or someone wants to raise a hand, I'll move on to the next question. Next question takes us to Florida. So Barbara, are you on the call? I didn't see her, so I can read the question. Interested in learning if we can add boxes at the end of registration for events as a checkbox that would include our liability statement, and also a checkbox on a press release for us to take photos. Right now we have people sign sheets of paper. It would be much more efficient to have simple checkboxes for when registering. Cool. Okay, so that's an improvement idea. I suppose, because we don't have that. Press release, take photos. Cool. So it is interesting, obviously, because it simplifies the registration process. So I think we can put it to the list of improvement ideas, and then we need to discuss with the team. I can see how it's beneficial or positive. Just need to figure out how to do it so that, basically the legal text they are checking doesn't change over time, because sometimes some of these features, they look simple when you read them here. Like, oh, can we add a checkbox? Well, adding a checkbox is easy. But what happens if the conditions that the person is accepting change over time? Well, then, the checkbox or the acceptance was about that other document, not to the new document. So all of that is a little bit more complicated than it sounds here at first. Okay. And then the last one is Marianne. We have more, but the next one is Marianne. Marianne, you're on the call. So do you want to read it for us?
So this is two things that have been on my mind lately.
Okay.
When we get a 1 or 3-star service evaluation,
Yes.
our email gets the information, but we do have a designated service evaluation manager, who has that box ticked, and she does not get them. So I have to forward them to her, as far as I know. Last I asked her, she said, no, she's not getting them. So.
Okay.
That's
well,
fine.
Let me check. Okay. Okay. Let maybe go one by one, then we'll come back to this
go
other
with that.
one. Because I'll forget if I have two questions at once. First thing I would do is just go down here on settings. And then first thing I would like to check is here under contact info. And contact info, you have different fields here about the Facebook page, the Instagram, that goes into your contact page. So the kind of broadcasting. But then here under it's hidden this notification recipient. This is important. If you haven't looked at this yet, you should look in here. And then basically here you have different people to be notified about different things. So for example, here, if there is a membership manager email, all membership application forms will be sent to these people, treasurer, donation, etc. will send to these people, etc. So this is where you set it. And so my first thing was
service evaluations manager is not there.
It's not there. Okay, cool.
Services, yes, not service evaluations.
Yes, cool.
So it would just be helpful and keep our main email inbox cleaner if they went directly to her.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Yes, and that would be about the service evaluations that come in. Okay, that's super simple. I like it, and it would streamline your operations, and I don't see any complications. So this is an improvement idea that it's really easy to do. Cool, I like it. So we definitely add this. Do you want to read the second part?
So we have a member volunteer, who has agreed to keep track of our driver's license and insurance expirations. And that's a big job, getting after the drivers. And we don't want to lose drivers because we don't have current documents.
Yes.
So I just want to make sure that I'm giving her the necessary but not unlimited amount of privileges to do what she has to do. So what would that be?
Cool, perfect. So I would say two things. First, there's this feature that you probably know about where we automatically on the 25th of the month, we send an email with a list of people that have upcoming expiring driver license and expiring permits. Are you aware of that email?
I think so, but it would have to go to the proper person.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know who we're sending that message to at this time.
I can't remember seeing one. Let's put it that way. But maybe I haven't activated it or something.
Well, today's the 23rd. It goes out on the 25th. So in 2 days from now, we'll see there is an automatic email, and we look for all the volunteers whose expiration date is approaching for their insurance and their driver license. So it's a good list, and it just goes to email. I don't know exactly if it goes to the volunteer manager email or if it goes to the admin email, but that email is getting created automatically. Give me a second. I'm gonna expiring Yeah, I found it on my email. I'm gonna show you in a second. Volunteer expiring permit is called. And then I'm just gonna try to see if I can find it for demo. Yes. Let me see if I have another one that has more information than this one. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna show you my email again. It's dangerous. So this is it. So the email looks like this. It says volunteer expiring permit. And then, they go on the 25th of the month. So 25th of July, we send to each village. We send the list of people with the list of drivers. I don't want to open one of these because these are real people. So I'm going to show you one on demo. And then on demo, it's the same thing, right? And then here in this particular case, there's only one, and it says the name of the volunteer and the driver license with the expiration date and the insurance. And in this case, they're expired. The email is smarter than that. It doesn't only show the expired ones, but there are those that are soon to be expired. And then from there, you get that email. You can click on the name of the volunteer, and it will take you to Helpful Village, the record of the person. And then from here, you can do different things. Right? Well, first here, you can see the date, expiration date, and expiration of the insurance. And then from here, you can go to the activity tab, and the activity tab, you can send a message to this person saying that if they can send you the appropriate document or something. That is one thing. The other thing that...
Right. We just need to know if that email is going out, who is it going to?
Yes. Yes, I was reading in the email, it said Dear Services Manager. So,
Manager.
Yes. So it's going to come here. If you go to settings, the same email that we just saw, right? So under settings, something.
Okay.
So settings and Services Manager down here.
Okay.
Yes, there is another thing that you should know about. If you go to admin reports.
Yeah, I know about the reports.
Yeah. So for you, you know about this one, but I'd say it for other people too. If you go under reports, there is one specifically about expiring driver licenses and expiring insurance. Yeah. So that gives you a spreadsheet file, and people, you can look it up from there anytime. Cool.
Okay, so if I put this person's email address into the services manager line,
they will receive this email.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, the only thing is that they would also receive some other emails, right? About because services manager email received this one, but they all probably receive also a copy of the incoming service requests and stuff like that. So you need to check if that's okay, or if they need to filter it out, etc. But definitely they would receive this one too.
Right.
Cool. Okay, let me my email. Okay, next question. More questions. This is Robin from Petaluma, California. Robin, I don't know if she or he is in the call. Maybe he's not on the call, so I can read this. Does Helpful Village, is there a setting that exists that would apply an input mask to phone and email to make sure they format it correctly? Okay, cool. Yeah, I can understand this. So it's here, right? So basically, this phone field here it's just plain text 707, but it doesn't have the parentheses and the line, etc. And we can totally do that. We do that in other areas. For example, if you go, to a member profile, what she's saying is that if you go to additional info and you put the phone number here, then 07, it just looks like a plain number. It's not very comfortable. And then what she's asking, if I understand this, is that we do something like this, where basically these are more like a phone field. And if we do the same thing, I just type the numbers, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then when I move away, maybe there's one more number missing. Actually, this one. And then when I save it, you see what happens. Yeah, you see it formats it for you automatically. So yeah, we definitely can make the field a little smarter, like we did in this case. You just put the numbers and we format it right so that you can reread it afterwards. So cool. Yeah, that is not a setting, it's us actually. So I guess this, when I when we added the fields here, we put the specific phone fields, and then on the other side is just a text field. So we will improve the additional info here so that this field is a little smarter, which is not at this time. Well, it's a good suggestion. It's easy to do, so we can add that also to the monthly improvement. I'm just going to make a note quick here. And then the second part of the question I have not read yet. Phone and email mask on input does not have an input mask for dates. Helpfully does not have an input mask for dates, but you can choose a date from the pop-up calendar. If you enter a bad date, such as this, you will get the message, "We're sorry, but something went wrong." If you enter a valid date, but it is questionable, it will take it. For example, 01/01/25, it will get stored 01/01/00/25. It is not true everywhere, but it is something that can happen per field. I know we have some of these fields that are smarter. We can try this. I don't know if I want to try that. But basically, well, we can try. So we delete this date here, and we do 01/01/25, or I actually do this. Let me see what happened. So we said, I remember this one because I remember doing something smarter here. If you put 25, it's going to make an assumption that's probably 1925 because we know dates of birth is I remember it's not very likely that he was there when Jesus Christ was around. So we add some numbers, but now it's possible that in some other cases we do the 0025 because we added some specific code to be smarter. So we would need to know in which field this happens when you're creating an event. I mean, there are many dates, so just let us know where you have the problem, and we can make the date field smarter. This one is a smart one. Probably we have a dumb one somewhere. So just let us know which one it is. We'll improve it.
Well, I think it's member join date.
No, member join date. Okay, cool. We'll try that one. You want to try it? You want to try it live just for fun? That's gonna probably. Okay, join date. Where is that? Join date is where? Here. So 01/01/25. And also, Pete, I want to say that I trust you. I think this is gonna break, but just for the fun of the game, I want to do it. What happened? No, 2025. This one was good. Though it's kind of funny. It was funny because here we're trying. Yeah, again, we try to be smart about it and see what's the most likely date. But there's probably one where we didn't do it. So just again, same thing. You find a date field where that happens. We can just have simple code in it. This question is really long.
Volunteer since date. That it's one of those.
Yeah, can be. So anyway, we're not going to run them all of them during the webinar, but if you find some out of, you can post them on, on Slack or something like that. And, or, I don't know, just let us know where they are. We'll find them. They relate to some validation for dates. I will be traveling. Well, this person is traveling. She's not at the webinar. Address this. So yes, and also it allows me to say that if you cannot make it to a specific webinar, and the webinars are recorded, we publish them on YouTube, and then we share the link on Slack. So basically here, Robin will be able to see our answer, and then probably she can let us know what fields you want to change. Dashes, parentheses, we'll have a setting that applies to input mask. I think it's the same question. We have another question, and we're 58. Well, so maybe it's probably going to be the last question of the day. It's actually the last question of the document, so this is perfect. And I know we have Joe on the call. So Joe, you want to read this question?
Let me see if I can see it. Okay, let me go speaker view. This is, and again, I like this format, Manuel. It was good. You got a lot of things handled, so I do like this very much. Cool. This is a question regarding when we have a multi-volunteer request. For example, we need 10 volunteers to distribute packets, or we need 20 people to help set up for an event. The thing is that when someone signs up, it tends to keep sending out this message to all our people, and the persons who have signed up are getting it again. They're like saying, well, I've already signed up. Why do I keep getting a message? And then they get confused. So I'm not sure if there's a way that we can take them so that they end up not getting the message over and over again, because we start getting calls going, but I've already signed up. Did you not get it?
Okay, so definitely. So I can see how you have some service requests where you can need more than one person. Now, I don't know how you're doing it specifically, because when you create a service request,
I don't know. This is from our volunteer person. She said she'll send out 5, but even though someone has signed up, she's like, need 5 people. If the number 5 has not been met, like all 5 slots are not met, it continues to throw out the request, even to the person who's already signed up for it.
Yeah. Okay. So we will gonna ask more details from, your volunteer person. You can, outside the webinar, you can share some kind of contact information. Because the thing is, when you create a service request, mostly is matched as soon as it gets one volunteer. But this is a common need we have seen with other villages. So I know villages get creative, and sometimes they create kind of when they have a request for multiple volunteers, instead of doing that through service requests. But service requests essentially for one volunteer we're looking for. I have seen people doing it through events where basically, well, we have this event, we need to set the tables or etc. And then we have, they ask people to participate, or you can set up a kind of think about Leslie. You can set up some tickets when you're creating an event, right? Saying, well, I sign up as a volunteer and I'm ready to, and then people can purchase tickets. It can be for $0, but basically you know how many people signed up to come to help for that event in that particular capacity. But I don't think, so I don't know. We would need more details about how she's doing it, because when you create a service request, you cannot say how many volunteers you need. I have seen other villages creating kind of 2 separate service requests because they needed 2 people, kind of, a clone or a copy of the same one. But anyways, we would need to have a little bit more details about how she's doing it to see what's the solution we can offer. Cool. Perfect. And, the Swiss side of my brain is very happy because we finished the meeting on time.
Yay!
So this Swiss time precision is something that makes me happy. My Swiss watch is very happy. So it was great. I really like the meeting. As you can see, we are always trying to improve the format and things. I really like that we shared the Google Doc with you so that you can see the questions that are coming and things. And then I can focus on just giving the answers. And then we are also thinking about other ways so that we can capitalize on the answers that were given, so that we can capture some of those answers in a training doc or a resource or the recorded video. So we're thinking about different ideas. And I would like to close the meeting saying thank you to you all, and then also welcoming again John Paulina. There is a new team member. Also thanking Anastasia for training Paulina on many aspects of the company, and we are expecting to give you better service every day. Perfect. Thank you, everybody. Talk to you soon.
Have a great evening. Bye.
Bye-bye.